And welcome back to Crossroads Football Live. We'd like to give a warm welcome to none other than West running back Kamauri Montgomery. He had another big night last night. Kamauri, how excited are you that y'all are 2-0 in district?
Oh, it was very exciting. Felt like going 0-3 in non-district really made us mad. We got more confidence, and hey, we undefeated.
Yeah, there you go. That's all that matters when district play comes along. Now, I know we're a few weeks away from it, but the Battle of Boot is important to everyone here in Victoria. Y'all have been pretty dominant in winning and retaining the boot. How do y'all hope to do that again this year?
Oh, just being aggressive, playing physical. We had it for 3 years in a row now, hopefully a fourth.
Right, it's your senior year. Of course you want to end it with that boot on your shoe, on your foot. Right. Well,
Sure.
So what has been Coach Boyce's message, not only this week, but just the whole year for staying positive and focusing during district?
Just doing the right thing even when, bad things are happening, being aggressive.
Yeah, I mean, that's you're aggressive on and off on offense and defense, playing both sides of the ball. How have you been kind of like staying in shape for all that?
Really just seeing my team get out there and do their thing, it gives me all the energy I need.
All right, well, let's go ahead and see Montgomery and some of those highlights as we go see Victoria West and Moody play last night and Thursday. Have you ever, well, Moody, of course, is a pretty, I'm just going to say, we'll just get to the highlights. Camden Repper connects with this guy. Tell me a little bit about him.
Genesis, he's a sophomore. He's really good. He does the right thing every time. He's going to be something special when he's older.
And, of course, that's you walking in for the end zone. That's the first time. We'll keep a tally on that. And then your defense, you played linebacker. They were swarming, almost had a shutout. What was head coach's Courtney Boyce's message on that?
Defense, it was really good. He told us to come out physical and punch him in the mouth, and that's what we did. And
Genesis again with another big catch. And here, go ahead, take me through your mindset when you're running the ball and big holes like that from your linemen.
I'm just worried about making the right cuts. I know my linemen got me. They're going to block for me.
And then Repper goes deep this time to who's this man?
J.D. Kelly.
J.D. Kelly, shout out him. And, I mean, take me through a 40-yard touchdown here? I mean, how many touchdowns did you have on the night?
I had 4.
4 touchdowns, another potential athlete of the week here in the studio. I mean, come on, could it be 2 weeks in a row? I don't know, we'll have to see. But Kamauri and the Warriors will have another tough matchup next week as they go ahead and face Veterans Memorial. They get the win 50-6. Now, Veterans Memorial is a tougher team than Moody. What's been your coach's message to y'all about Veterans Memorial so far?
If we just come out like we've been doing and playing physical and aggressive, I feel like we have a very good chance of winning.
All right, well, thank y'all so much for having Kamauri with me. I mean, appreciate it, man. Well, you're more than welcome to stick around for these next few highlights. Next up, we're going to go to the battle of the cats and dogs. Well, the Bobcats and Bulldogs, that is. Refugio Fabian Garcia, a sophomore, he said, you know what, just hand me the ball and I'll do the rest. He follows those big linemen and he goes 57 yards for the score. Kind of looked like Kamauri a little bit, but I mean, he's a little shorter. But still, the band getting into it, everybody in Refugio getting to it. Of course, Jason Herring fired up on the sideline, and Refugio just said, let's go ahead and just do a short pass, try to get nothing. Isaiah Every said, nah, I got better plans. I'm going to take it down the sideline for 70 yards to the house for the score. The Bulldogs not looking too bulldogish, but then they get to the goal line and get stopped up short. Refugio's defense come up big on the 1 foot line, and then they go ahead and pound it in. Wow, what a play for them, but Refugio just continuing to stay dominant, 59-14. Refugio will play Skidmore-Tynan in Refugio. And now, I know it's been forever since we talked about Edna, since the last time they've seen the field, and they always had they've had a little rust maybe just because they've been off imagine being off for almost 3 weeks, not playing a game due to cancellations and buys. That's insane, right?
Yeah.
Well, they went on the field, and let's see if they're shiny like a new Victoria Dodge Motor vehicle. 14-0, the Cowboys in the second. Jaden Clay to Braylon Harris, hooking up over a crossing route, and he is gone. Braylon Harris for the touchdown, 21-0. Edna, Cowboys on the move again, but London, they say, hey, if y'all can do it, we can do it too. But this time, it's with the defense side. Defense comes up big. How happy is that when you get a defensive sack like that?
Oh, it's very happy. You know, it boosts the team confidence.
And also the offense too. That's a big first down for the London Pirates. Can they get the upset tonight? I don't know. But quarterback drops back, and that would be an interception. And the Cowboy defense come up big, 35-0, pitch the shutout. And it will take on Palacios next. But that's not all. We still got a whole bunch of scores for you. The St. Joseph Flyers fall tonight to Regents Knights, 55-7. The Flyers will take on San Antonio Christian next week. After that, we got the Yoakum Bulldogs. Yoakum, wow, they fall. They were ranked number 10 in the state. I think it was number 9 at one point, and they lose. Do you know anybody from Yoakum?
Yeah, I know a couple of people. It's very surprising.
No. Yeah, it is pretty surprising. But Waco La Vega is no joke. 28-21, that game went. Oh, man, I'm still shocked over that one. Yoakum will have another tough matchup against Hitchcock next week. Next up, we go to Palacios. Palacios pitching 45-0? That's insane for the Palacios Sharks now. They'll have a tough matchup, see if they can keep it going against the Edna Cowboys. Next up, we go to the Industrial Cobras. They take care of business 45-0. Wow, that was almost mirrored. Industrial will take on Aransas Pass next week. The Ganado Indians 48-16 over the Kennedy Lions. Ganado will face the Bloomington Bobcats in a district matchup. Hallettsville 42-17. They had a hiccup early on in the year losing that one game, but I mean, they continue rolling, and now they'll have Columbus. Columbus is also ranked, so that one's going to be one that people want to keep an eye on. Bloomington Bobcats, unfortunately, Shiner gets their first win of the year. Isn't that insane? Shiner was 0-5 at one point, but hey, what can you say? They finally get their first win, 61-6 over Bloomington. The Bloom will take on Kennedy, and Yorktown Wildcats get the win as well. 3-2 for the new head coach there, 36-14 over the Burton Panthers. Yorktown will take on Fall City. Next up, the Louise Hornets. They get a victory as well over Somerville Jaega. The Fall City and Louise will play next week. Next up, we go to our private schools, the Shiner St. Paul Cardinals. They get the 1-point victory over Brentwood Christian. Both teams have won state titles recently, so that's a crazy score there. Shiner will take on San Antonio in the next matchup. Sacred Heart gets the, that's still in the fourth quarter. Game still going on, 35-13. Sacred Heart looks to hold on to that one. And then lastly, we go to the Victoria Gators, the home school in the area, looking for their first win. Unfortunately, they fall 36-12. They'll play Annapolis Christian in the Bloom for their homecoming next week. Well, Kamauri, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it. It's been a lot of fun. And take me through what's it been like on here? How was this whole experience?
Oh, it's very fun, you know. I'm excited, a little nervous, you know.
No, I feel you. Well, like I said, we appreciate it, and keep doing what you do on the field because it's exciting for me here in the studio. So, well, that'll do it for this edition of Crossroads Football Live. Thanks for watching. Shout out to all our sponsors: Fullo Pep, Palace Bingo, Frostbank, Victoria Dodge, and Victoria College. We couldn't do it without them. Good night, Crossroads.